In this video, I'm going to show a really cool geometric charting technique. It has to do with just a crosshair and a couple of angles. This technique was put out in the 1980s by Billy Jones, who had bought the Lambert Gann company. He had bought that all of Gann's material from Ed Lambert. That became over time, after Billy died, the W.D. Gann company, run by Nikki Jones, and now her two children have taken that over. So what Billy had done, I'm assuming he had found an overlay in the Gann material, where Gann had made the clear plastic overlays of the square of 52, 90, 144, and so on, to place on his scaled charts. And what the overlay looked like was this. He had a crosshair. So you had your basic cardinal crosshair, and then he had taken two 45-degree lines off of the center point backwards. Okay, so that was the basic overlay. Then he moved this overlay around on his scaled chart to get points. So since I'm doing this on a computer electronically, I don't have an overlay, so I'm going to use my master angle tool, and I'm going to use a couple angles that are built onto that. So let me switch this out, and I'm going to show a couple examples of how to use this. This is going to give time and price projections. Here's the master angle tool. This tool will plot 6 angles. I've taken 4 of them off. I'm only going to be looking at the brown angles, but I left the magenta lines on just for reference. They're kind of wide, so they're not going to give me much other than if I looked at some of the bigger swings. But I'm going to just use the brown lines for the example. So I'm going to put my cursor back on the crosshair so we can see the price and time points. So now what we're going to do is move this where these two angles catch a swing point. So I'm going to go through a few examples of that. So I'm going to go back into the area. I'm going to use the last swing down from the major low. I'm locking the high in on the upper brown angle, and I'm locking the low in here on the lower brown angle. Now where the two angles come together at the center point, that's going to give me a time point, and that is right at the area of the low here. There's a little move up and a move back down to the low, and the center point of that price level is right there, and that gives me the level of the correction. So you can see after the market started to trade up, it reacted back just about to that level and came back to retest again there. So that's example number 1. The center point of the vertical will give you a time point, and the horizontal line will give you a potential price point. Now I'm just sliding over to the right. Nothing's changed. Same angles, same principle, brown lines. Taking the last swing down off of that first move up, we get that kind of ABC corrective wave down. I'm setting the brown line on this low, the lower angle on that low. The upper angle actually catches these two swing highs, the last two highs on the way down. The time point gets us 1 bar off of this minor low here, which puts you in front of the start of the big move. There is no price retracement that ever comes back near that level, so that price projection is not relevant on that plot. Now moving forward in time from there up to here, I'm taking this swing down, which was the biggest reaction in that up move, to that point. So you can see I've put the angle tool, the upper angle on the high, the lower brown angle on the low. The center point is this low here, which is a low in the middle of this consolidation area that gets you into the last move up. And the horizontal price point is the area where that move down terminates. It's broken here, then touched again here on the secondary, then a little bit of support later on. And then it becomes resistance, and then is broken out from there. So pretty good points there, another good turning point and a good price point. Now I'm moving to the first swing down off the high. You can see where I'm bracketed here, upper angle to the high. Swing low to the lower angle. The center point right there gives me this high right here. And that price level going across is a major support point after the major high is made that catches these lows here and this low over here in the future. Taking the next swing down from the second top down to that low gives me a time point of this low right here, and the price point excuse me, the price point is the reaction, or the top of the first push up before that reaction. Now I'm taking the overall swing down from that high to that low of that complete swing. The center point of that gives me this significant low right here. There is no price point touched yet. Moving over to the first swing off the double top, it's going to give me a very similar plot if I would have grabbed this swing back here. The center point gets me this high right here, and the horizontal price point is the area of the reaction catching this top and these two tops right here. So good time and price points again for such a very simple tool. Now I'm grabbing the swing from the top down to this initial low on that first swing down before the reaction up. Time point center there gives me this low. The price point gives me the area of support right here coming across to the right. This initial low, this retest of the low, and then it's support again 3 times, 4 times into the future. Now I'm dropping one more angle in here for one last example. I'm using the green angles here. These are 2 more of the master angles plotted up or down off of that axis there. So I'm going from this high to this low, touching the green angles. The center point gives me this decent low right here, and that price level catches the first reaction, and then the next reaction back to that point kicks it back up for a few days. Then it hovers around there for a week and a half or 2 before it's broken. So any of these angle pairs will work as long as they're significant angles. These are part of the Hidden Phi master angles that I'm using here. You can use the straight 45s or even the 30s will work, but I prefer to use the Hidden Phi master angles. So that's a look at a really basic charting, geometric charting technique. That is from Billy Jones from the 1980s, and he had put that in his investment newsletter at the time, the technical review. If you can get a hold of some copies of that, there's a lot of good information in there to go to. You can find that at wdgann.com.